Hello folks, exeter-rider, hope you're doing well. Now this week is another Meteor 350 maintenance video, and this time I'm going to be changing my air filter to a DNA air filter. Now why are we doing that? Well, apparently it gives you a lot more power. The OEM air filter restricts the flow by about 85%. So the DNA filter will free that up a lot more and just let it flow a lot more into the injectors and all the rest of it. So let me show you what's in the box. First of all, we have an air filter, like so. That's literally all it is. These are washable and they will last a very, very long time. So made in Greece. Okay, that's a new one on me. I never had anything made from Greece before, so that's good. It comes with pre-oiled by the looks of it as well, so that's good. I have already oiled this already. We need some special oil to go on top, which stops all the really, really fine particles going in. And also we have a cover as well, which you don't really need to have. But I just thought, well, what the hell, I'm going to go for it anyway. Obviously, as you can see, that's where the air goes into there. So before I go too far, I need to oil my chain. Now, I have done a video on this before. I'm somebody that uses chain wax. I always have. It's just a bit more universal and a bit more evergreen, I find, for all year round riding. So let me show you how I put it on. Now most people have like a chain guard here, don't they? Or they try and spray it and it gets a bit messy, goes all over the cat and burns off and leaves a right mess. This is the way that I've always done it. Rubber glove, as you can see here. And I spray into my glove like so. And really load it up. And then I just put it onto the chain like that and just smudge it on like so. And what you can do then is you can actually feel after a little while that the rollers start to start rolling with the actual wax as well. It says me, I'm getting it all over the bike. It's probably only because I'm filming, it is different. Normally I do this a different way, but I'm trying to keep you guys in view of what I'm doing here. So as I say, you can get just normal chain oil as well, which will do the job fine. And just keep spinning it around till the whole chain has been done. Spin it round, and then go back to the bit which I haven't done yet. See, already I can just feel those rollers freeing up now, and now they've all started to roll. So, and there's no mess. Well, I was going to say there's no mess. That went a little bit wrong. Let's pretend that never happened, because it doesn't normally. We're going to do the filter now and put the cover on. So what we're going to do is take all this side panel off here, which will expose the airbox. But before we do that, we want to test what it sounds like before with the stock OEM. So at the moment, I'm just going to stand here, listen to it for a while, and then I'll try and do a split screen after of what it sounds like now and what it sounds like after. Right, that will do for that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take off this side panel here. Now this is a 5mm hex tool here. One here at the top, one here at the bottom. And what I'm going to do then, I can just take that off there, pull these off. There's one. There is two. Hopefully you can see all this. And the cover just pops off like that on two lugs. So it's literally just held together with two hex screws. Let's get this old one off and then we'll get the new one on. 3 posi drive screws here. Pull that off. Pull this out here like so. It's only done 1400 miles, so it's very, very clean indeed. Now, let's have a look at the close-up of the two options here. So as you can see, that's like a paper-based OEM one there, made by Royal Enfield, part number 1570250. And this is the DNA air filter, which is more of a cloth-based set up there. Right, so let's put this one in. It sits on. Get those screws back in. As you can see, this is pretty much a 5-minute job, really. Now, before you put stuff back, if it's in a mess, now's a good time to tidy it. And in fact, now's a good time to have a look round and maybe spray any ACF 50 that you might need on any of the parts. I'm not going to do that at the moment. Let's get it back on. To be honest with you, I'm just eager to get out and just try and see what the difference is here. I better show you this. Right, so on the top, there's the panel. On the top, there's a little slot there. Okay, so you've got to slot that in first, and then there's a little popper down here that you have to pop in. That's it, it's popped in there. Number 5 hex again. Now obviously this is going to work on the classic 350, the Hunter, as well as this Meteor 350 here. So we're just going to do it up to a common sense type of tight. Same again here. And there we go. So we have gained 80% or so, 85% I think it is, more airflow out of the box into the engine there. So let's see what it sounds like. I think it's got a lower down grunt there. Has it? I don't know. Now what we need to do is to leave this for 10 minutes, because without any acceleration being made, because we need to let the ECU reset itself to what the new air filter is giving us circulation wise. I think that's a good idea. I'm not saying that's the official way of doing it, because to be honest with you, I don't actually know, but I know that the ECU does need to reset. To be honest, it's smelling a lot richer than what it was before, so I'm going to leave this for 10 minutes, come back, and then we'll carry on with the process here. So what I'm going to do now is just run through my findings on what it's like and the differences in having a DNA air filter. First of all, how does the bike feel? Is it worth the 80 or 90 quid that I put into it? Is it worth that money for the upgrade? Hands down, yes. You know, you knew that was coming, didn't you? It is. It's not like, it's not going to change your world, but it does change this bike. It does make a big difference. And now I've got to describe the difference now. So I'm going uphill at the moment. If I go into 4th gear now, I would normally be juddering now if I had the other filter on. I'm pretty sure of it. It's hard to get a perfect measure of what I'm talking about here, okay? But all I can say, and the way that I've decided to word it, is that not only does it sound a bit more throaty, sounds better, but it kind of feels like I've added another like 30cc. Instead of this being a 350, it actually feels like a pre-Euro 5 380cc, let's say. I feel like I've gained another 25-30cc. There's a lot less complaining now. If I am in the wrong gear, like I am in 5th gear now, it doesn't judder anymore. The engine used to judder when it was under load that it didn't enjoy or didn't want to be in. Whereas now, I've almost lost that judder. So what we're going to do, hello doggy, woof woof. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go up this hill here. This is quite a long hill. I need to get back home pretty soon. Right, so 3rd gear. This is very steep. The GoPro isn't going to show it, but 3rd gear, it feels like it's ready for 4th. And again, now it's starting to struggle a bit, but as I say, it's a very long hill. I'm going to stick it at 30 here. What happens if I go into 5th? Still not complaining. It's just getting on with it. And I know that before it would not have liked it, and would have had to stir the gearbox. Yeah, before it would have juddered. Right, so there you are, guys. So let's put it in a nutshell now and just talk about the DNA air filter upgrade. Check I'm all good here. So overall, it's giving me more power. It's going to give me more speed. I think that's a red light there. That's a red light there, for goodness sake. Dear, oh dear, madness, isn't it? So yeah, it's given me more power. It's given me more speed for that very reason. It's made the bike more enjoyable to ride. If I had my choice and I had £100 and I had the choice of the knee springs, the Hunter springs, which I've done a video on before, check that out. It's an imperative to get them. Or the DNA air filter, which would I get? I'd get the springs. However, it's quite close. You're still really, you know, both options are really, really good. If you can do both, then you're laughing, you're away. So yeah, it's giving me more power. It sounds better. The engine feels happier. It feels like a Euro 4 engine now. It feels like I've gained another 20-30cc, which is massive. Well, you know, the way it feels is that it's massive. I'm not changing gear so much. The downside is I do feel I'm getting a little bit more induction noise. I did a lot before I changed it, and I feel like I've got even more now. But that's the only downside to this mod. Apart from that, fantastic. It's a much more of a nicer ride, as I say, because I'm not waiting for that judder. You know, I feel like I've had to go up the gears or down the gears a lot quicker, whereas now I can just leave it in a gear and I don't get that judder all the time. So yeah, I just want to say thanks very much for watching. I hope that was useful for you. As I say, it's a lovely upgrade. If you've got the money to do it, then it is advised. You won't regret it. I'm sure you won't regret it. I can't see anyone getting on it and saying, well, I didn't really notice much difference. It's the one thing which a lot of my Royal Enfield friends, Mr. Dave and Phil, Pete, etc., is all recommended, and they were right. It was well worthwhile. So thanks very much for watching. I'm going to pop in town now, and yeah, I will see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.